Okay, there we are. We are locked and loaded, alive and in color. Just want to do a quick roll call. Have I got you, John and Eric?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome. Well, I just whether you're here live or you're listening to the replay, I want to just say first of all, I commend you for taking time out of your schedule to listen to what I think is just an incredible scenario, a credible opportunity with Fund My Cause. If you've not been to fundmycause.net, I would encourage you to do so as quickly as possible and watch the intro videos. They're short, they're to the point, it's very easy to understand the concept. The reason for this particular call is Eric Pinkston is going to lay out in spades in a very short, precise manner what's going on. It'll kind of reiterate, really basically what's going on with the videos. I got a call about 12. I'd have to do the exact math. Today is day 10, but about 13 days ago, I said 12 on the early call, but it was about 13 days ago, a couple of guys, and they asked me this question, have you heard of Bitcoin? Now, I'm going to tell you, for me and my story, that rocked my boat. The only time I've ever heard the term Bitcoin is on maybe a TV show, all right? I knew nothing about it, and they went on to say, hey, why don't you go to Google and check out the value of it today, all right? And Eric's going to talk about that here after I flip it over to him. But my point is they went on to discuss what Eric's going to share with all of us in the next several minutes. My wheels started spinning because the computer between my ears, that 6 inches, that brain, that computer we all have, my computer could not find a file folder to put this information into. It was out of the box. And the thing I liked best was my lifestyle is crazy busy with the businesses that I own and operate and run. And the one thing they made abundantly clear is that this was something that I could get done without detracting from what I was currently doing, and I like that. And we went on to discuss some of the causes I might have, whether it be people in need or fundraisers that were going on or people that we could help or that person that maybe has been down and out on their luck because of the economy. They lost a job. We all have people that we know are in these scenarios. Maybe just trying to crawl or get back to zero, pay off some credit cards or pay off the mortgage or fund a retirement or take that once-in-a-lifetime hunting or fishing trip, whatever the cause is. I mean, I've had people in the last 10 days when I've asked them, hey, what would you do if you had some Bitcoin? And I've heard just a plethora of different responses to that. And that's not necessarily what we're going to focus on in the next several minutes, but it's worth mentioning. And, again, I love the name Fund My Cause. So, I would encourage you to go to Google ASAP, but without further ado, I don't want to take any more of his time away. Eric, why don't you jump in and kind of take over from here?
Hey, Jim, thanks a lot. Guys, the reason we're here tonight is for Fund My Cause, but I'm going to cut right to the chase. If you look at the name of the company we're talking about tonight, Fund My Cause, that's just what it is. It's what's your cause? You are your cause, and you always will be. Everybody is in today's world is looking out for themselves, and that's just what Fund My Cause is, but it's done in a group setting. If you were invited to this call tonight, you were invited by somebody that's already a part of this group, and I've got a great group of people that I'm working with right now. I can't say enough about what they've done in the last 10 or 12 days, as Jim said. But, if you think about the cause for yourself, would you like to make a little bit more money, or would you like to get out of debt, or would you like to go on a trip? Well, Fund My Cause is the thing that can make that happen. Now, if you don't do anything else tonight, at least call the person back that put you here tonight so that you can learn a little bit more and open your mind. But what really turned me on to Fund My Cause was when I started looking at what it was. The first thing I saw was Bitcoin, and I said to myself, I already do a little bit with Bitcoin, and I buy Bitcoin, and I think there's real intricate value there. And if you study Bitcoin and you really understand what it means, it's an internet currency, but it's really a worldwide traded currency that's not like some currencies in the world that are called fiat currencies. If you start studying that and you look at where Bitcoin is going to go in the future, Bitcoin is going to be bigger than Apple. Bitcoin is going to be bigger than the internet. Bitcoin will be the world currency at some point in the future. So with that said, I said, is Bitcoin real? And I know it is because I own it. So, I said, okay, it meets a criteria. Then I started looking at the company as a whole, and I want to refer back to 2003 was the last time that I was in an MLM company or a direct person-to-person company, and it didn't go so well, and I got out of it, and I swore off of it. I said I'd never do it again, and I know some of you on this call have said the same thing many times. But what I want to say to you is, with Fund My Cause, we run on a platform, but at the end of the day, the payments are person to person. The payments do not go to the company. The company's not running their hands through it, taking a bunch of money off the top and leaving you what's left over. So it met another criteria that I like to say passed the sniff test, because at the end of the day, there wasn't a company that can pull the plug or tell me how my money was going to be sent back to me. There is no company really. There's a platform that you use with Fund My Cause, but the money goes person to person. So check mark number 2. And number 3, there were no products, there were no potions, there were no shakes or diet pills or whatever to charge you for or put you on auto ship that you have to take every month after month, and get charged for that you're not going to use or not be able to sell. So with that said, it met all my criteria, so I got involved with Fund My Cause. I waited a little bit before I actually told somebody about it, and I called a couple of my good friends, and I explained to them what I had and what I thought I'd found, and we looked it over real close, and sure enough, we thought it was the gold standard of companies. So I started doing a little more looking, and I found out that, it's ran on a 2x6 matrix. I wasn't a great matrix person, so I made a call to a couple more friends that knew how to, knew what those were and how they worked. They explained them to me. I even got more excited. If you know what a matrix is and a forced matrix is, not one person's going to do all the work to reap the rewards. It's a team effort. So again, like I said, the team that we've already assembled is a great team. They're growing in leaps and bounds, and as more people come on with them, they're going to do bigger and better things. So when that happened, I started getting some more information, started learning a little bit more about, what kind of questions people ask and what they want to know about it. But at the end of the day, the bottom line still came back to, the 3 things that I just said. The company really doesn't have any intricate value other than the platform to fund the person-to-person funding, and there's no products to buy. So basically every bit of the work that you do to get your cause funded goes directly back to you. Now, how is that possible? Well, it's one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen and one of the most brilliant matrices I've ever seen, because it's a residual income. Every month, when you upgrade to your next level, in level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you have a renewal at the end of every month. And if you renew every month, you get paid the same or more every month that you renew out of the earnings that you made, and it's 126 people, all it takes to earn 84 Bitcoin. How many people on this call know 126 people? I would guess almost every person on this call knows 126 people. Once they get involved, there's no way they're leaving. They're going to join hands with you. They're going to march through this thing. We're going to put so many people into this thing, it's not even funny, Jim. Jim, at this time, can we bring on a good friend of ours, John, and just show him how easy it is to get somebody involved in Fund My Cause?
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, while he's unmuting, folks, just stay on here. You're going to want to hear this and listen to the entire recording if you're dialing into the recording. And again, fundmycause.net. You can watch a couple of more videos and be alert and in tune to the text messages, because this is our second call tonight, and the calls that we're doing are not static, meaning at the same time every day. What's happening is the call that took place an hour ago with the 31 people on it, that call was for one individual that said I had 4 to 5 people that were going to be on it. We picked 8:30 for them, and then we put word out to everybody else. All of our calls are being scheduled the same way. We start with one person that has a small group, and then we blast out to the team, and that way everybody can take advantage depending on the time zone you're in. So, John, I'm going to flip this back to you and Eric.
Sounds good. Hey, Eric, how you doing tonight?
Good. How are you, John?
Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little walkthrough on how you share this with people, and it's a pretty sick system in a great way. So, Eric, have you ever heard of Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you did not hear of it, you're going to say, oh, you haven't? It's the same thing here. Well, you should go over to Google right now, type in what's the value of Bitcoin today. The person's going to go do that, or you can save them some work like I'm doing right now. Eric, do you know what the value of Bitcoin is today?
No.
Well, it's $903.16 right now per Bitcoin. How would you like to get 84 Bitcoin on a residual basis?
Tell me how to do it.
Absolutely. You would 100%. So just to put in perspective, 84 Bitcoin times $900, you're looking at a pretty sweet payday. And on a residual basis, if you can handle 75 grand to 80 grand a month, you're on the right phone call. It's going to happen. So Eric, you'd love to get involved, correct?
Most definitely.
Awesome. Do you have $50?
Yeah, I'll find $50.
Okay. So we got a program that $50 is going to get you on track to make $84 or 84 Bitcoins. So let me ask you a couple more questions. Do you know 2 to 10 people that would love to jump all over this with you?
Yes.
Awesome. Eric, can you follow direction?
Yes.
Can you watch 4 videos?
Most definitely.
If I send you some information, what time can you review it by?
How quick can you get it here?
We'll get it here right now. Do you prefer text?
Great.
Email? What's the best way?
Email. Yes.
Awesome. So you think you can get it? You think you can review it by 8 p.m. tonight?
Most definitely.
Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this over to you. I'm going to call you, and the key to this whole thing is the follow-up. I'm going to call you at 8:15. Expect my call. Answer my number. And this is how you can grow big. This is how you're going to get a big paycheck. And this is what we do. You ask for a time, a specific time, to follow up with them. When you follow up with them, you send them your link to get started, and you walk them through it. They've already watched the videos, so you don't need to hold their hand. If you need to hold their hand, they didn't watch the videos. As long as they follow direction, it's simple. Make it simple. Make it easy. And what we're going to do is we're going to do these calls constantly, and we're going to get everybody and their brothers and sisters and their families to be profitable to fund their own cause. So I want to thank everybody for letting me get on the call tonight, and I'm going to flip it back to you, Eric.
Okay, thanks a lot, John. Hey, guys, John just showed you how easy it is to get people involved with Fund My Cause. You know, I want to point something out that really makes a difference to me. You take somebody out there that's working hard at a 40-hour-a-week job or a 60 job, and you show them what we've got. They come on board. They join us for the first 30 days, and I guarantee you, we put a couple extra $1,000 in their pocket, $10,000, $15,000 extra dollars in their pocket, whatever it may be. They're going to be jumping from the rooftops shouting, "Fund My Cause." And it's just what it says. Fund My Cause is their cause. When they get helped and they start to realize the residual value that Fund My Cause has, you're not going to be able to stop it. Once they're on board and once it's in their blood and they start understanding what they can do with Fund My Cause, I guarantee you that they will be calling more people than you can ever imagine. And once you build that 126 people in your downline matrix and you get it full, you're not going to stop either, because you want to help the people that came on board with you to grow their matrix on down and for them to get funded as well, guys. Hey, I'm going to turn this back over to Jim, but I think you all can see the concept of where we're going here. A great company, $50 to get started, 126 people pays you 84 Bitcoin a month, and we all know what the value of that is. And there's no products to sell, no snakes, no lotions, no potions, no shakes, no diet pills, no anything, except you and your friends helping each other. Jim, back to you, buddy.
That was incredible, folks. A couple quick things before I turn the recording off. One, the playback number for this recording, the last digit is 9 instead of 5. The PIN and the dial-in, everything else is the same. The last digit is 9. You're going to want to circulate this playback to everybody that is coming on board. This is the best call to date that we've conducted. I want to also encourage you, I'm going to answer one quick question that I get all day, every day. What types of people am I looking for? Folks, don't overthink that. A few simple criteria: if they've got a smartphone, a computer, they're ambitious, those are the types of people you're looking for. There are some caveats, some hoops to jump through that we'll cover on another call, but it's very simple if they can do one thing: follow directions. They'll watch a video, they have step-by-step tutorials. It is all simple. It's in a duplicatable, easy to expedite system as long as they can follow directions. That's it. It's that simple. Eric, incredible call. John, thank you for sharing. Everybody, this is a wrap. Let's get it going. Let's go out and bless people and enjoy the ride.